Hey everybody, here I am with WWE Bragging Rights review. I hope nobody made the same mistake I made and actually paid for this, because there was like one good match, and it was what they used to start the match. Dolph Ziggler versus Daniel Bryan, title for title, SmackDown versus Raw. This was an amazing match. Like I say, best match of the night. I'll say that right away, so you know what the rest of the review is going to sound like. You know you're going to get a big technical showcase from Daniel Bryan. You definitely did, which brought out a technical showcase from Dolph Ziggler, which I love to see, even though Vicky Guerrero was still with him, which is growing excessively tired. With it being a technical showcase, with it being, not much flash in the pan type crap and some actually good wrestling, sorry, I'm going to start my timer so I don't have to keep restarting these types of videos. You got a TNA kind of chant going on through this entire match, like, this is awesome, this is wrestling, as opposed to people cheering for the individual wrestlers, which is nice, which is something we don't see a lot in the WWE, which is awesome. Highlight of the match was the two of them just absolutely splattered into each other with a double crossbody. It looked like a human car wreck. Not to overuse the cliche, it literally did. Ziggler taps, Bryan wins. Nobody changes any titles, but it boosts Daniel Bryan ridiculously, which is good. Good for little Benoit. Rhodes and Drew McIntyre came out after that. There was nothing planned for them. They went out, whined and cried because they didn't have any competition, started trash talking Raw, so you knew they were going to throw something together at the last minute. Cena came out with the Nexus and had to fight for the titles with David Otunga. This was ridiculous. This was a waste of time. This was storytelling. This was not a match. But Cena and Otunga won the titles. Otunga didn't do anything. It was John Cena versus Rhodes, and McIntyre throughout the whole match. Cena did make Cody Andrew look really, really well, but like I say, the tag team titles are now a pawn in the Nexus story and will be even less respected than they already are. Next was a completely useless match. Goldust versus Ted DiBiase Jr. Now, this will show you how far Ted DiBiase has fallen since parting ways with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has become slightly annoying, but he's still recognized. He's still getting a good push, and his skills are still showing. Ted DiBiase has a really weird sort of storyline going on with Goldust right now. Goldust is engaged to his rookie chick from NXT, which is awkward because it's Marlena like 30 years later, and DiBiase has Maurice and the $1 million title. This wasn't a title match because the $1 million title is a relic and not worth anything. The match didn't belong at Bragging Rights. They're both from Raw. There's no Raw versus SmackDown angle. There was no reason to have this match on the pay-per-view other than to fill time, which it did, because it seemed to drag on forever and a day. Next was Cool versus Natalya. I had hopes for this rivalry before, because I thought they were going to give Natalya a push and give her the belt and put the belt actually on somebody that deserved to wear it, even though it's a retarded looking purple butterfly, which I've already made my opinions fully well known of. Layla represented Cool in this match. Layla could be an awesome wrestler if she wasn't with Michelle McCool, wasn't doing the whole, Cool, wanna be beautiful people angle. She could be a good wrestler. It's just not. That's it. Nothing to say. Buried Alive with Kane and Undertaker, I knew was going to be disappointing, and it wasn't even a disappointment because I knew it was going to be bad to begin with. So, what can I say? The Undertaker Kane storyline is like 13 years old. We're not going to see anything new. A Buried Alive match would be awesome if we didn't have the goddamn PG rating in WWE now, which makes it look like a whipped piece of shit next to TNA. My WWE heart and soul is like bleeding and crying all over the floor. The match went on too long. the guys are getting slow. You're not going to see anything new. And if that wasn't bad enough, the ending was bullshit. Nexus came out and pulled Kane out of the grave and put the Undertaker in the grave, and they buried him, and Nexus was, dancing around the grave like a bunch of idiots with no explanation. So them walking around with their secret reason for doing stuff is, I think, going to be WWE's answer to the They storyline in TNA, which is ridiculous. I have respect for the Undertaker, but it's not enough for me to make me enjoy this match. That's it. That's all I got. Sorry. Page 1 of the notes is done. Okay. The actual bragging rights match. Now, last year this was an awesome idea. Last year on these teams you had the best people from both shows. This year we have what I have called the Y list, and the Y list is why the hell did you have these people representing New Japan? Santino Marella, Ezekiel Jackson, Alberto Del Rio, and Tyler Rex. Santino can be good, but he's not. Ezekiel Jackson is a brick with a face. Del Rio is the Spanish or Mexican or whatever version of JBL, and Tyler Rex showed up like yesterday and looks like the Predator. Interesting to note, though, for something that didn't last very long, WWE's incarnation of TNA did leave us with a lot of awesome talent that's still there, and you can see it in this match alone. You have Punk, you have Morrison, who didn't start in ECW but was kind of reborn there. You have Ezekiel Jackson, you have Tyler Rex, Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, and Swagger. In the beginning, slow match. In the beginning, it took a long time for them to start building the momentum and get me to care. But I did. With it being a 7-on-7 elimination match, with every elimination, with every combination, with every, fall here and there, whatever, you do get drawn into it eventually. What I did love, I'm a big fan of Edge. So when the SmackDown team got really, really low and got down to being just Edge at one point, there was this big, explosive five minutes or so where it was Edge versus the World, and Edge looked absolutely phenomenal. SmackDown run for the second year running, which I kind of figured, because everybody knows Raw is the main brand, so they have to give SmackDown something, or else anybody that gets drafted to the SmackDown roster in the storyline is going to be pissed. I mean, it's already on Fridays where everybody else is already enjoying their weekend. I don't know what to say about this. It wasn't anything too special about it, and it wasn't even the main event like last year. They got their trophy, which, they got rid of the blue and red trophy from last year, which looked a bit lame, but now they have what basically amounts to a mock-up of the Stanley Cup. I mean, okay, fine, it's Canadian. He's holding up the Stanley Cup like a typical hockey pose, and that's cute, and whatever, and you have Hornswoggle walking around it with blue face paint looking like an idiot. Am I glad that Edge was the one that decided how this match went? Absolutely. Do I think some of the guys got shafted in the process, like Punk, like Kofi, like Morrison? Yes, although I did get to see Edge versus Morrison for a good chunk of the match at the beginning, which is a match I would love to see one-on-one, and it would make it even better if there was a title involved. What else can I say? Do I have time? I'm rambling on and on and on. I have oodles and oodles of time, so I'm going to go on right now and say that Michael Cole should not be allowed on a mic anymore. He's kissing all the wrong asses. I like The Miz. I think Miz is great, but Michael Cole and Alex Riley kissing his ass isn't doing anything for him. Michael Cole being creepy admirer of Vicky Guerrero is also awkward. And Michael Cole's trying to be a heel in like announcer form, and it's not working. That combined with the whole, anonymous GM thing popping up right in the middle of a pay-per-view. I used to like Michael Cole. I used to, like most people, I was at that point where Michael Cole was going to be the next JBL, or not JBL, scratch that, the next JR, when the time was right. But now there's no coming back. I'd rather see the King and Matt Striker commentate everything, or Todd Grisham, or give Josh Matthews a promotion or something. I don't even know. Orton and Barrett, with Cena in Barrett's corner. This was bullshit. This was nothing. If this was the main event, they should have made the first match of the night the main event, because this was very, very rudimentary, boring match with Cena on the sidelines and kind of watching everything happen. I don't respect this match, because this match wasn't about the people in it. It was the guy outside. It was about the guy outside, and I don't even know. Cena FUs Barrett so that Barrett wins the match, but doesn't win the title. So, Barrett won the match, so he can't fire Cena. But Barrett does not have the title, so there's going to be drama after this. Combine that with the fact that John Cena and Otunga now have the tag team titles, which is going to go over like a lead balloon, I'm sure. Orton and Cena are going to renew their rivalry over this, I'm sure, which is another match that's awesome, but we've seen enough of it. One of them needs to go to another show, send Cena back to SmackDown when this Nexus bullshit is over. Gonna say something else about the PG rating. Even though the Buried Alive match was boring, we did have a "We Want Blood" chant during the Buried Alive match, which was a direct message to WWE, I'm sure. Now, that's it. That's all I've got to say about the pay-per-view. Wasn't that great. So now that I'm done criticizing WWE, I am going to stick up for them for a second. A lot of people have seen these stand up for WWE ads during their programming on the internet and whatnot, and they say, reach out to the fans, reach out to the employees of WWE to defend themselves against the accusations that are being made by various members of government in the States, because Linda McMahon is running for office in the States. I guess they can't dig up any dirt on her, so WWE makes an easy target, so her opposition gets to look like they have balls by attacking probably one of the most popular franchises in the world, which is shit. Kind of like Super Size Me attacking McDonald's, which I also love, so it's a great comparison. But the laws that they tried to pass just yesterday or today that I read about, if you're in Connecticut and you go to vote and you happen to have a WWE t-shirt on, you're not going to get to vote, or they're going to take your shirt away, or they're going to make you cover it up, or they're going to do this and that and the next thing, and take away your free speech and your right to vote. That's awesome. No. All of us that have been long-time wrestling fans know what the people that don't get it think of us. We don't need bullshit like this to come along and remind us, but this has gone a step too far. It really, really has. I'm not trying to get up on a high horse. I'm not trying to lead a stampede. I'm not trying to lead a revolution, but this is a couple of steps too far, a couple of steps over the line. I sit here on my little swivel chair here criticizing the WWE a lot for what they do, but they do amazing things. They do amazing charity things. They do amazing outreach, supporting the military, supporting Make-A-Wish. John Cena alone, even though I don't like him as a wrestler, has granted over 100 wishes twice. The WrestleMania reading program, all the different charity events, and they're bowing to some people with the PG rating, and employing a lot of people from stuff that I've read and stuff that I've seen online. You got people in the WWE that consider it their family. People that consider it a family income. People that have made their families. Like a good chunk of the people that work there have been working there for 20 plus years. So you can't even deny the financial contribution to the economy and all that. So you can't. I don't know. I'm gonna get angry if I keep doing this, but join me. I'm all over Facebook with all the stuff that I'm trying to spread around. join me, message me if you're putting a movement together online. I would definitely, I'll sign your petition. I'll do whatever you're doing. But yeah, stand up for WWE, but don't necessarily stand up for bragging rights. I'm Spaz. The subscription button's up there. I'd love to know what you think. Bye.